The Pandaren we see today, fun-loving, wise travelers, are just part of their tale. Their real story goes all the way back to the Titans. But hidden in the lore are secrets. An entire race removed before launch, a world that never was, and a faction that could have changed WoW. And today, we are uncovering it all. This is the truth behind Blizzard's biggest what if. So, we'll start where we always do, a little backstory. The Titans appointed two races to guard southern Azeroth, the Mogu to rule and the Pandaren to cultivate. For centuries they coexisted until the Mogu demanded absolute obedience. They butted heads and the Pandaren battled the cold life of slavery for a long time. While the Titans had hoped for these two races to live in harmony, the Mogu became the Pandaren's oldest enemy. But when Emperor Xiaohao foresaw the sundering, he didn't just hide Pandaria, he shattered their empire to save it. Villages became nomadic, libraries vanished into the mist, and a civilization chose obscurity over extinction. Just a little tidbit of extra information for Xiaohao, his original story was darker. Beta quests showed him executing dissenters before his enlightenment. One deleted line stated, 1,000 had to die so millions could live. We'll get into the rest of the cut content in just a moment, but I'll catch you back up from the last 10,000 years after the Sundering. While the Night Elves damned the world, Pandaren shipwrights built the first turtle ships, not for conquest, but to preserve knowledge in floating sanctuaries. Now, leading on from turtle ships, the Wandering Isle, it was almost a mobile capital. A footnote in mob development explains of docking ports for other turtle ships, implying a naval network. Of course, though, far too ambitious for the time. I think this was just creative excitement, hence why it was just a bit of a note. But a little extra marine-themed Pandaren feat of strength you may never have heard of. When the Zandalari invaded during the Troll Wars, Pandaren monsoon stones sank entire fleets. But there are no monuments to commemorate this. Their greatest victory left no trace. And now, the part we've all been waiting for. Most people think Pandaren debuted in Mists of Pandaria, but they were inches away from joining Burning Crusade as WoW's first cuddly race. So don't go anywhere, I've got pictures. We'll start light. A full Pandaren outpost existed in Blade's Edge Mountains. Data-mined NPCs had dialogue about brokering peace between the Alliance and the Horde. There are 3 possible locations I could find in the Blade's Edge beta files, and I'll show them here. So alongside that tedious Apexis farm for that best in slot trinket, you'd be building foundations with a race long set up across Azeroth. And boy, does it go much further than this. Here, we have what was assumed to be the first look at Pandaren becoming a reality in the Burning Crusade. Rumours circulated that it was Blizzard's inability to get permission to use pandas officially in the MMORPG. Now, this second look here is what was considered a refined version. Blizzard's toying with pandas led them to be stretched between a neutral hub and a fully playable alliance race, which is astounding since the Pandaren we have had contact with prior to MOP was a one Mr. Stormsnout, who spent a lot of his storyline with Rexxar. But of course, the pandas were cut and goats crashed in the backyard of the alliance. Pandaria itself had actually undergone a bunch of changes, specifically also the Dalaran event, the scenario in which Jaina ordered the culling and all of this. While I was doing the research for Pandaria, there was some extra cut content here. So I'll place it here, but essentially there was a cut plan to have the Shah break out in Darnassus due to a ringing of the divine bell. It would then hint at being orchestrated by Garrosh, who did end up being the faction or the main boss of Mr. Pandaria, kind of going out on his own, as neither faction knew about it, neither Jaina nor Lorthamar. And I might be going out on a limb here, but clearly this is an insight into the whiteboard that is Blizzard lore, because this would have been the second instance where the Horde faction leader was attacking Teldrassil. I mean, that is, clearly there is a note on the whiteboard that says Darnassus must die, because this is the first instance it would be, and then the second one where Sylvanas actually burns Teldrassil. And I'm just editing this, and I'm just thinking as well now that maybe this was the setup for the seed as well, to create a new Darnassus home city, to rehouse Gilneas, and like all of that extra stuff. Maybe this was the initial plan, the destruction of Darnassus in Mists of Pandaria. I'm going to do some more research on that though, and I will get back to you maybe for a different video. Anyway, onwards with the Shah. They were not just emotion monsters. They were Titan containment failures. Cut quests reveal the Forbidden Vault, where a corrupted watcher screams, "We built your paradise on lies." The final cut, the August Celestials almost fought each other. Early Mop had a scrapped Celestial War where Zuen broke Yulong's fang in battle. The Jade Serpent's limp in-game is a ghost of this plot. The Pandaren could have been conquerors, neutrals, even villains. Instead, they became Azeroth's conscience, a people who rewrote their destiny not with swords, but with choices. And in their cut content, we see the roads not taken, and that some choices have a monumental impact. Thank you so much for watching, and if you did enjoy, please subscribe. I have a ton of content ready for you guys. We're going to be looking at the Earthen, the 2 cut islands off the coast of Eastern Kingdoms. Really excited for those. I have a few that I'm just kind of rounding out and getting ready, but please do look forward to them. I'm trying to post every 3 days, so do look out for it. Have a lovely day, and thank you so much. Oh, and just as an extra side note, 400 subscribers is absolutely insane. Thank you all. You have been amazing. The support has been so kind. I will happily and gladly keep doing this. So do look out for those videos. Thank you. Have a lovely day.